Bulletcast for life.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I for Black History Month. You know, I'm the African-American Nightmare, Phillip Antwine, and I'm joined by a special guest. It's Black History Month, so I had to celebrate with one of the premier accounts that celebrates Black wrestling in the wrestling world. Henny Wrestling, all the way from New York. Henny, what's going on, brother?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. No problem. I saw you at GSW. Back in August.
Correct.
Yeah. We didn't get to chop it up. I was doing some commentary.
Yes.
But I hope it was okay.
No, it was fine. It was fine. Like we're adults. We be all over the place. It's all good.
For sure. So just tell people a little bit about yourself. You know, how'd you start watching wrestling? And how you got such a presence on the internet? Because you meet everybody. You meet every wrestler imaginable, man.
Well, all right. So this is Henny Wrestling, grown man who loves God and wrestling. I loved wrestling ever since I was a kid. I'll say 98, 99, around that time. It just grasped, I don't know how, but as years went by, it had their ups and downs because the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era was like, those times was like awesome. And then after those two eras, it's like, it kind of went up and down, up until I got to know the Indies and New Japan and these brands, which I wish I knew them early. But you know, better late than never. But wrestling has always been with me, even if I left it for a while. Wrestling has always been my love and my passion after God, after my family. So it's just crazy how even though I left it for a bit, I still came back and here I am.
Absolutely, man. Wrestling is like that safety net, that safety blanket, keeps you safe, shields you from the wrong that's going on in the world. Yes,
Definitely.
Yes, sir. So the Black Power ranking, I haven't done one of these since last year. I realized, and I was like, man, I gotta do more of these. But we're gonna kick it off at number 5. I'm going the revolutionary Darius Lockhart. He has been making waves around the indie scene for quite some time. He's in the NWA. He's in the junior heavyweight tournament. I think it's gonna be him and Austin Aries in the final, which I'm down for that.
Is it? I don't know if it's the final. I don't know if it's the fatal 4-way or are they doing the semifinals? I'm not too sure.
I'm not too sure either, but I think it's going to be those two in the final. I hope. I haven't heard anything about a fatal 4-way. I guess I got to pay more attention. But you know, I've been watching Lockhart for quite some time, and people are really finally starting to talk about him more, which is great. What are your thoughts on Darius Lockhart and him coming in at number 5 on the Black Power ranking?
I don't know him too much. I'm sorry, guys. Don't attack me. I don't know him too much. I did see him shoot a promo during the tournament. I was like, okay, but I guess I have to do my homework and see him a lot more.
Yes, sir. Coming in at number 4 is somebody that we all know, Jade Cargill, the inaugural TBS champion for All Elite Wrestling. She's only been in the business for 11 months, and God, she's money. She is absolute money. Her look, her presentation, putting her with Smart Mark Sterling was a great thing to do. Like she looks so impressive. She's gotten better in the ring, and I think they've done a great job with her. Kind of what Paul Heyman used to do with ECW: show the strengths, highlight the strengths, focus on the strengths, hide the weaknesses, and they've done a great job with that. What are your thoughts on Jade Cargill?
I love Jade Cargill. A lot of people is like they're not liking her. Some of them do, but it's like we have seen people that they never step foot in the indies and they have success in WWE and now with AEW. Like we have seen that. So I know a lot of people is like have critics. Some people are hating like you're gonna have haters no matter what, especially Jade Cargill with that athletic look. Like, goodness gracious. But I like her. She's gonna improve as years go by if she's like continue with the work ethic and have that mindset of like always learning, always growing. Because if you think you made it, you're going, that's the ceiling you're gonna be in. But if you just be a sponge and you just continue to learn and grow, I think the sky's the limit for Jade Cargill. But she's a tremendous athlete. She's in this amazing undefeated streak. I think people just need to calm down and let things flow and let the time tell whether or not Jade Cargill would be in the top. But for now, she's amazing.
No, she'll definitely be the AEW Women's Champion eventually. And I mean, I like Smart Mark with her, but I think because like she uses, so her finisher is called Jaded. It's the hook and ladder sit down face buster, the glam slam Beth Phoenix used. But I mean, Jazz used it. There was the bitch clamp back in the day. So if we can get Jazz with Jade Cargill, come on. Somebody that can talk, somebody that can, she still wrestles here and there. And I think that would be a nice program.
It's up to Jazz. Let's see what happens.
It is up to Jazz. I mean, she's active on social media. She's done work with AEW in the past. She was in one of those battle royals that the women had.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's something that TK, if you're listening, look into it, brother. Coming in at number 3, he is the North American champion of NXT, Carmelo Hayes. Melo is money. The former Christian Casanova. I mean, he was on the New York indie scene. Did you watch him on the indies?
Listen, like I said, I wish I knew about the indies early, and because I be with Battle Club recently, and he used to be with Battle Club along with Tasha Steele and the crew. And I wish I knew him back then when he was working with Battle Club. Like that, I would know. Like that, I would see like in person how talented this man is. Like this man is amazing. Like, yo, it's true what he says. When he shoots, he don't miss. This man is amazing.
Man, Melo don't miss. He's just so good on the mic. I mean, the promo where he poured one out, rest in piss to all my ops. I'm like, this guy's great. This guy is great. I mean, he's so smooth and so crisp in the ring. He has that Rock-esque star power appeal about him. Like you can see it. And I don't know how old he is. And he's still relatively young. I don't think he's 30 yet, but hey, man, he's in the right place. He's in the right place to learn, the business and to learn a style to where he can perform well until he's like 50, It's because, the WWE has a certain style that prolongs careers like that. But Carmelo Hayes, man, he's doing excellent work. And him and Trick Williams with him.
Oh, yeah.
It's a money act. It's a money act for the main roster.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. Any other thoughts about Carmelo Hayes?
No, he's amazing, man. He's with the E. I'm just concerned of like, okay, when they decide to move him up, are they just gonna drop the ball? Are they gonna drop the ball, Carmelo Hayes? Because that's the thing. Like with these wrestlers, when it comes to NXT, they're gold. They're gold. But then when they move on to the main roster, it's like a different direction, and it's I'm concerned about that.
I want to throw this out there to you, and I heard Sir Wilkins say this from the Jobber Tears podcast. Shout out to Sir Wilkins and everybody over there. He once said, is it the fact that WWE doesn't know what to do with him, or is it the fact that they get to the main roster and the wrestler or the act that gets transferred up there, they don't know how to transition to a larger crowd, to a larger audience?
I guess it's the second one because, both. Because sometimes they don't know what to do. They throw so much ideas at them, and it's like, oh, it doesn't fit. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, there are acts that have gone through NXT that have been semi-successful or quite successful and have worked on the main roster. I look at a Kevin Owens and stuff like that. The Street Profits. That's probably a perfect example. And there are acts that were terrible in NXT and have great success on the main roster, a la Elias, wherever he's at. So I guess it depends on the act and depends on what they can do. Now, if they just become a victim of a budget cut, then
I don't want to hear that budget cut. I don't want to hear. But so to cut you off, my thing is this. All right, if you're gonna bring someone on the roster, you gotta like gradually show to the audience little by little. So the audience, I mean, us hardcore wrestling fans, we're gonna know who they are. But the casual fans, little by little, like they could start investing in these wrestlers, because you can't just bring them up in the main roster, throw them to the audience that they're casual and doesn't even know who in the world is this male or female. I feel like whatever they had at NXT, bring it up to the main roster and little by little, like present it to the audience, so the audience can be invested, whether babyface or heel. That's just my opinion.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Next up, number 2, it is the almighty WWE champion, Bobby Lashley. He's a 2-time champion. He defeated the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, despite the shenanigans of our tribal chief. But hey, I'm happy for Bobby. Twice the world champion. This time he's had it during Black History Month. Last year it was extended one day because Lashley won it on the 1st of March. But I haven't talked to you about this. What was your overall opinion of the first run of dominance of Bobby Lashley with the WWE Championship? And now what are your thoughts that he has it again going into the Elimination Chamber?
All right, so his first run, I was concerned. I was concerned because, like, we already saw what happened with Kofi Kingston. When Kofi Kingston won the WWE title, we was happy, we was excited, and then they dropped the ball. So I was concerned with Bobby Lashley, because Bobby Lashley, this man got the looks. I feel like he should have won that way before he came back to WWE, in my opinion. But I was just concerned because of, like, okay, if this doesn't work out, he's going to drop the title to these part-timers, these guys that are like that people know since the 90s and early 2000s, like he's going to drop the belt to these guys. But I loved his run, and he looked dominant. He looked like he took out everyone that was in front of him. That feud with Drew, I didn't like it that much, because the fact that, okay, WrestleMania he won, and then they add Strowman at that time, and then they faced him again at Hell in a Cell. I wasn't too with it, but all in all, like his first run, I enjoyed it. It was pure dominance. But now that he's WWE champion, I'm concerned. Next Saturday is Elimination Chamber, and I'm concerned that he might drop the belt to Brock Lesnar and then have this title versus title at WrestleMania. And every one of us is going to look at it like, yo, what was the point of him winning the title at Royal Rumble and then dropping it the next month?
Well, so WrestleMania is 2 nights. We could get a triple threat in there somehow, can't we?
Listen. If they're going to do Lesnar versus Reigns, title versus title, forget about it, bro. I don't care. But it's box office. I don't care if it's box office. We've seen this like 4 or 5 times already. Nobody wants to see it. Like, stop it.
Hey, man, look, I'll throw this out there, man. Rock and Austin happened more times than Brock and Roman.
Here we go. Everybody, see, everybody.
I throw it out there because people don't really think about that. Like, if social media was around back then, people probably would have complained about it. Let's be real.
I don't think so. Because Rock and Austin, it was so like you were so invested in that in that rivalry.
You were, but you look at Brock and Roman. The matches are going to be physical. They're going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you're looking at a part-timer versus a full-timer. Like
Brock's been there basically every week. He's full-time now, I'd say.
Full-time. Oh, but that because we're in WrestleMania season. Wait until after WrestleMania. You won't hear him until probably SummerSlam.
What if he wins?
If he wins, well, it is what it is. I have no control. I have no decision.
It's something that's very interesting coming into WrestleMania season. We're gonna wait and see. But I excuse me. I hope Bobby can somehow squeeze out the chamber and go into WrestleMania and have a nice program for the championship. But I mean, Saudi Arabia, blood money in the sand. It's the land of the part timers. You know, Goldberg could walk out the champion. We don't know.
Oh yeah, that's another one too, bro. You imagine Lesnar and Goldberg title versus title? Oh my god, people gonna be pissed.
Man, gee, they would. All right. Before we get to number one, honorable mention, I got to give it to absolute Ricky Starks. A beautiful counter of Jay Lethal's lethal injection into the Rochambeau finishing maneuver to retain the FTW championship. I know you got a couple replicas. Do you have the FTW title?
I don't got the FTW. Heck no.
Oh man,
but he does.
he has the replica.
I don't have the replica. Forget that.
Ricky Starks is great though. Great.
He's great. I don't know why he's not on TV often, but he is great.
I know they need to do more with him. All right, number one. It happened last night. At the time of this recording, Keith Lee, the Bearcat, made his debut with All Elite Wrestling. He beat Isaiah Cassidy. He's in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Keith Lee looking a little bigger, huh?
Blaming that quarantine 2 years ago.
Man, but a little too much wedding cake.
Nah, he was already big before that wedding cake.
This is true. No, but hey man, congrats to Keith Lee. Now I've on my show I have voiced my opinions about AEW and the way they book black talent and stuff like that. Let's see what can happen. I mean, look, if he doesn't succeed like in a reasonable amount of time, like I'll give them till it's February. We'll give them till Full Gear. We'll give them till Full Gear.
Ooh, okay.
And if it doesn't work, then hey, it is what it is. I guess we could put it like that. Because I mean, you saw that reaction. It's not hard, man. Push him to the moon.
I went bananas. Like
push him to the moon. Oh have him win the ladder match. Have him beat Sammy Guevara because if Sammy Guevara's been made, the Inner Circle did what it was supposed to do for Sammy. Make him a star, and he is that. But have him beat Sammy and just go on a tear with that TNT championship, and have true open challenges. Not an open challenge. You don't announce the opponent. Somebody walks out. Yeah, like have some true open challenges. Like let's do some stuff. Hell, throw Keith Lee over in Japan real quick. Throw him in the G1. Like can you imagine having your TNT champion go the distance of the G1, not to win, but he's in like the quarter. He's in like the quarters or the No, he's not. You put him in the semis. You can put him in the semis.
Yeah, at least quarters, semis.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying something like that would be something fantastic. But I mean, what were your thoughts about Keith Lee's debut in AEW? I saw you've already released the video about the merch. You're slapping the card like, hey, give me that, give me all that.
Okay. First and foremost, I thought you were gonna have Moose at number one because that man is money in Impact Wrestling. Keith Lee last night. A lot of people predicted that he was gonna make his debut. I was just gonna wait because, like, yeah, you could say a person may do a debut, but then it could be someone else. But man, I wish I was there. Like the ovation that this man had last night was amazing. Like I was like, yo, this is the guy that I saw in NXT. This is the guy that I saw at Evolve 2 years ago before the pandemic. Like, I'm so happy that he's with All Elite. I just hope that Tony Khan and the rest of the crew has plans for him. You give him to Full Gear. I'll give him to next year because, like, I'm a type of person that has to think long run. Too many of us we want things quick and out instead of like waiting and prolonging and figure it out if things make sense. You have it till go ahead.
He could be the This is something you saw what Adam Cole did with a Hangman Page. I'd have Adam Cole beat Hangman at Revolution. Let Adam have his run, and then we kind of circle back to the what they did in NXT, title for title.
That would be a good idea, but you're gonna have some people crying.
You could do that.
We saw this in NXT. Why are we gonna see this AEW?
You could do that, or Keith Lee could just be like, "I'm next." Just have this run and be like, no, I'm next. And then at Full Gear, we can get something nice, or do it on the Winter is Coming December show that they do.
Okay.
I'll give them till Winter is Coming. I'll give them till Winter is Coming.
Because the thing is, like, listen, Keith Lee is a star without a shadow of a doubt. That man is a star. You put him in a spot, that dude is going to shine. But I'm just concerned because, like, right now AEW is just full of wrestlers, and that's my thing with AEW. Like, they're trying to figure out what to do with certain wrestlers, or what spots they need to do this, that, and the third. And that's my concern with AEW. Now you got Keith Lee. Like, are you gonna like push him like you're pushing Hangman Page and all these guys, or you're just gonna put him in Dark and Rampage, have his matches up until, like, some people feels like to invest in Keith Lee. But I don't know, man. That's my concern with Keith Lee. Like, he is a star, but it's just like I'm just concerned with the bookings with AEW as far as with Keith Lee.
Keith Lee is a television money act. For a man his size and the things that he can do, it's not hard. You know, and I was at one of the last WWE shows that he was as the Bearcat. I'm looking, and I'm like, well, this is interesting, but, like, I'm listening, I'm like, okay, but the reaction is still there, you know, so there's still something there. It's unfortunate that he got released, but, you know, he's ready to he's ready to go.
Can't do anything with him.
He is ready to go. I like how he's not rocking the gray beard. I
was thinking, I was like, wait a minute, he's gonna rock with the gray beard. Like, are we gonna call him Papa Lee?
Papa Lee. Yes. Oh man, Henny, thank you so much, man. Let the people know where they can find you, brother.
All right, guys, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and also on Anchor, which I put episode of podcasts every now and then.
Okay, for sure. You guys already know where to follow the BC at Bulletcast on Twitter, the Bulletcast on Instagram and YouTube. You guys already know where to find me on Instagram and Twitter, Heel Antwine, HeelAntwine. Thank you guys so much. Henny, thank you so much, brother. And whenever I'm back on the East Coast for GSW, we got to hang out. Yes, sir.
Yep. Oh, well, they're coming back on the 19th, so I'm not too sure if – because I don't know. They haven't mentioned the matches yet. I'm like, what's going on over here?
I don't think that's going to be happening.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But Henny, thank you so much, man.
No, thanks for having me, man.
This is the worst town I've ever.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.